परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां। भारत में 2500 वर्षों से बौद्ध धर्म का वजूद है और देश के हर कोने में बौद्ध परंपरा और संस्कृति फल फूल रही है। लेकिन भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार नोबल विजडम यानी शराब संगपो के नाम से शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो भारत की बौद्ध परंपरा और बौद्ध धर्मावलंबियों की ताकत को उजागर करता है। इसी मकसद से पेश है एक और एपिसोड। कार्यक्रम में अगले कुछ दिनों तक आप जानकारी पाएंगे हिमालय क्षेत्र की बेजोड़ पारंपरिक चिकित्सा पद्धति सोआ रिगपा के बारे में। पूरे हिमालय क्षेत्र में बसे लोगों ने बीमारियों के इलाज के लिए जब एलोपैथी या दूसरी पश्चिमी चिकित्सा पद्धतियों का नाम भी नहीं सुना था, तब भी उनके पास गंभीर से गंभीर और खतरनाक बीमारियों के इलाज की जबरदस्त जानकारी थी। इस चिकित्सा पद्धति का नाम था सोआ रिगपा। हिमालय क्षेत्र के चिकित्सा विद्वानों द्वारा 2500 सालों में विकसित की गई ये चिकित्सा पद्धति आज इतनी विकसित हो चुकी है कि दूसरी लोकप्रिय चिकित्सा पद्धतियों को चुनौती दे सकती हैं। सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति में बीमारियों का इलाज जड़ी बूटी जैसी प्राकृतिक चीजों से बनी दवाइयों और खान पान दिनचर्या में बदलाव के जरिए किया जाता है। लेकिन ये इलाज भी बेहतरीन है। आपने अब तक जाना कि सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति से डायबिटीज, अर्थराइटिस, हेपेटाइटिस बी, हाइपरटेंशन जैसी बीमारियों का बेहतरीन इलाज है। लेकिन और भी कई बीमारियां हैं जिनका इलाज खोजने की लगातार कोशिश हो रही है। गैस्ट्रिक अल्सर बीमारी का इलाज सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति से कैसे हो, इसके तरीके लगातार खोजे जा रहे हैं।
We have another study, gastric ulcer, to evaluate and safety of gastric Tibetan medicine in the treatment of gastric ulcer. But then we are already prepared, means ready with our protocols and questionnaire forms, because we have to do all the clinical research as scientifically, and we measure all the means laboratory findings by using scientific tools.
सोआ रिगपा के इलाज में चूंकि वक्त ज़्यादा लगता है, इसलिए गैस्ट्रिक अल्सर के इलाज के नतीजे आने में भी अभी वक्त है। लेकिन इतना तय है कि गैस्ट्रिक अल्सर का इलाज भी बेहतरीन साबित होगा, क्योंकि इस पद्धति से इलाज में कोई साइड इफेक्ट तो होता ही नहीं है।
We started this one research on the 1st of August 2010. We have done screening in most of the organization of the this one dharamsala, and endoscopy and everything is going on. We have so far 6 patients. They are undergoing their treatment. So far I can tell this much, because study is ongoing.
अगर आप बीमारियों को सिर्फ दबाना नहीं चाहते, बीमारियों से हमेशा के लिए छुटकारा चाहते हैं, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि हमेशा स्वस्थ जीवन जिएं, तो सोआ रिगपा चिकित्सा पद्धति अपनाकर जरूर देखें। आपको निराशा हाथ नहीं लगेगी। कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम, क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे। जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Namaskar, Tilak. I'm Tenzin Jimba, an astrologer from Manzikhan. The following are the daily predictions for the month of October based on Buddhist astrology. 6th October, Wednesday, 29th day of 8th lunar month. The element combination of the day is fire-water. It is very bad day for doing any kind of activities. Only some wrathful activities may be carried on. Besides this, all other activities will bring you harmful effect in your life. You are suggested not to do any medical operation and marriage ceremony till 12 noon because the BT will be running in the morning, which could bring you some harmful effect. You also need to avoid Shabrim and Longche, which means that doing prayers to observe 49th day and the year-on anniversary for the deceased person should be avoided on this day. 7th October, Thursday, 30th day of 8th lunar month. The element combination of the day is wind. This combination of two wind elements will blow away all the negative energy and are known to be very auspicious for any kind of activities, especially for those of teachers and religious practitioners. Sojong falls on this day, so you can do your confession prayers to ward off your sin. Hosting prayer flags can be done on this day. You can also start your legal procedure like going to court and engage in dialogue. However, the group or society work should be avoided on this day because it may not bring you satisfying result. Thank you. See you tomorrow at same time, same place.
क्या है भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन, बौद्ध धर्म का गूढ़ ज्ञान, कैसे मिले दुख से मुक्ति, कैसे पाए बुद्धत्व, क्या है धम्मम, क्या है संघम। ये कार्यक्रम आपको हर रोज दे रहा है ऐसे तमाम सवालों के जवाब। आज बौद्ध धर्म के प्रकांड विद्वान परम पावन दलाई लामा से जानिए भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का सही ज्ञान।
Yeah, mention women.
Men are more competitive. Men are more competitive. So that's why they have a man on there, I guess.
Like that. So they are reaching. So now, for example, some of these, I think, very subtle sort of point, which Nagarjuna really made very, very clear sort of statement or explanation. And then also, some cases, so some sort of argument, what are called Mahayana, not true teaching of Buddha. And particularly, there is no Buddhist Tantrayana. So, Nagarjuna accepted, of course, Mahayana text, Panchaparamita text is true Buddhist teaching. Nagarjuna accepted that. And some of their great Madhyamika philosophers' texts, many quotations of Mahayana text. So they consider these are true Buddha's own sort of statement or speech. So then also is Nagarjuna and Aryadeva and Chandrakirti, these made sort of very wonderful text about Buddhist Tantrayana. So then, usually my argument is, firstly, Nagarjuna, Indian, and only after 400 years, after Buddha, 400 years. So he should have better knowledge about India than Western scholars. Western scholars, after 2,500 years, you see, they guess about Buddha whether you see taught Mahayana or not, or whether there is Tantrayana or not. I think Nagarjuna should know better. Then thirdly, then another reason, Nagarjuna, a monk, good monk, not a liar. And he must tell truth. Right? And then also Nagarjuna, not a dull person. Is some kind of blind faith sort of person. Or then, sometimes even it's difficult to distinguish dreams and reality. Sometimes my own case was something happened. Many years ago, something happened. Then the second thought, oh, at that time I dreamt all the reality.
So at one point, I started wondering whether what I could remember, whether what I could recall is what really happened or there was a part of my dream.
At that time, So Nagarjuna, not that kind of person. His mind is very sharp. And even he, you see, not accept some Buddha's own word if there is some sort of
contradiction.
Through analytical and through investigation. If he found contradiction, then he not accept even Buddha's own sort of words. So such person, very sharp mind, very logical mind, right?
No.
And good monk. So on these basis, then I believe Nagarjuna's statement is quite reliable. Through that way, I accept what Nagarjuna says. So I prefer Nagarjuna than Western some of the scholars. Oh, that's a. Like that. So one occasion in Delhi, one meeting, whether you see these Mahayana texts, whether you see Buddha taught or not. So I put this argument like that. So I really feel. So among Chinese, some Chinese in Taiwan as well as in mainland China, believe Tibetan Buddhism is distorted Buddhism. Some, even some sort of books also is there. Recently, last year, when I was in Taiwan, there were some demonstrations. Actually, they mentioned Dalai Lama not carrying true teaching of Buddha. So later, of course, in newspaper, mentioned that these people are some part of gangsters, some manipulated by pro-Chinese communists. Right? So, but in any way, they showing their disagree what Tibetan Buddhism, what I carry, Tibetan Buddhism, like that. So these are lack of contact and lack of understanding, like that. So in such case, I think thorough study about Guhi Samanza and the clear presentation and with sort of history, brief history of Nagarjuna, Aryadeva, and then Chandrakirti. I think latest or another sort of, I think, effective sort of the fact is, I think 11th century, Atishan Dibamgara came to Tibet. And in his writing, refer quite a number of highest tantric teaching. Choyukara, Chunju Jazara, Zunarolia, Monkuch, the Jaw called Monkushtua. And Lamjun Kasa.
Bodhipat Pratik.
In there also, he mentioned about highest Tantra Yoga. like that. So it is quite true. And then I think some brief mention, I think tomorrow morning I will tell you something.